Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for your patience and your time. Mercury is truly retrograde once again, the last one of the year. Can't wait till she is done doing her thing. So, welcome to Meditation and Moonbeams. This is where we talk about how to use moon phases for manifesting, and then we follow up with a guided meditation to support your mental well-being and emotional goals. And this meditation series is brought to you as part of the UMA Health Integrated Care Program. And today is again Wellness Wednesday. Yay! I am Rhonda Jabari. I'm a master level Reiki practitioner and teacher, meditation guide, certified chakra therapist, certified aromatherapist, wellness practitioner, ritualist, and author. And I help people regain a sense of control and balance in their lives using Reiki, chakra balancing, meditation, and aromatherapy to remove and release any energy that no longer serves a positive purpose. You can learn more about me on my website, www.wellnessuprising.me. And today is November 19th, but we're going to be looking ahead to forecast. We're going to be talking about the first quarter Pisces moon that is coming up, I believe, on the 28th of this month. And then we'll end with a meditation to shift us from stillness to sacred motion. So for the purposes of meditation and moonbeams, here is how we approach the 4 major lunar cycles. The new moon is all about new beginnings and fresh energy and planting seeds for future growth. So that's when we set intentions and start new projects and align our energy with what we want to manifest in the coming lunar cycle. The first quarter moon, like we're talking about today, represents a time for action and facing challenges head on. And as you move forward, this is the phase that encourages you to break through obstacles and focus on growth, helping your intentions to take root. The full moon is a time of culmination and manifestation and reflection. So that's when the energy reaches its peak, and that makes it a really powerful time to release what is no longer serving you and to celebrate what's already been achieved. And then the last quarter moon is a time of reflection, introspection, and letting go of any lingering energies before we reach the next new moon, which starts the cycles all over again. So that's a time for clearing and rest and preparing for a new cycle. So let's talk about this Pisces first quarter moon. And again, remember, we're looking ahead to November 28th. So you have time to act on any of this information to get yourself ready. The Pisces first quarter moon carries a really rare intersection of intuition and action. So this is where Pisces brings softness and imagination and spiritual depth. And then the first quarter moon adds to that energy with momentum and clarity and a gentle nudge to move forward. So together, they create a moment of mystical force, like an inner tide that rises until you can no longer ignore what your soul is asking you to do. So if you're feeling pushed, that's why, because we are approaching this energy. So the collective energy is going to become more sensitive, symbolic, and emotionally honest. And you might notice dreams becoming more vivid, intuition becoming sharper, and emotional waves that rise, not necessarily to overwhelm you, but to show you what needs to be taken care of, what needs to heal, what needs to be released before you take the next step. So if you are the type of person who likes to add a ritual to your activity, here's a little something you can do. And, it should only take you about 5 minutes. And you can do this anytime between today and that first quarter moon on November 28th. All you'll need is a candle, blue or white or lavender, and a bowl or cup of water, and a small piece of paper with an intention written on it. So you light your candle and you whisper as you light it. I always say, if you light a candle and do not speak into the flame, what a waste of energy. So as you light the candle, speak into the flame and say, I welcome the rising tide of clarity. Dip your fingers in the water. And you'll probably feel yourself calming down right away when your hands hit that water. And then you can invoke, I move like water, guided, certain, and free. Hold your intention paper over the bowl, you know, and you can let one or two drops fall onto the page, activating that intention, like the one or two drops of the water fall onto the page. And then you can close with the words, by intuition, by flow, and by the light of the moon, I align with my next step. And then you can just keep your paper on your altar or on your bedside until November 28th and let that candle burn for a few minutes before gently extinguishing. This ritual will align your emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies with the energy building toward that Pisces first quarter moon. And as I am doing these days every week, we're going to talk a little bit about the food that'll help prepare your body and your spirit for heightened intuition and emotional flow. Let's see, cucumber mint water. It'll clear stagnant emotions and it's deeply hydrating, keeping you in alignment with that Pisces water energy. Seaweed or kelp channels oceanic wisdom and supports grounding. Blueberries, I think we talked about berries on our last call as well. Blueberries will nourish the mind, encourage intuition, and emotional balance. Chickpea or lentil soup. Oh gosh, lentil soup is one of my favorites. Very warming and grounding without being too heavy. That's chickpea or lentil soup. And then lavender or chamomile tea calms the nervous system and opens the third eye. So no matter what sign you are, here are some ways that you might be pulled emotionally as we approach this moon phase. You might feel soft but insistent, like a tide is pulling you toward something new. Some old feelings might come up for release because this is a time for emotional cleansing. You might find that your intuition is deeper. You have periods of sudden clarity and inner knowing. You may feel creative, visionary, or spiritually charged. And also tender and kind of dreamy and nostalgic. All of these things are just you getting ready for this energy. And you'll probably feel ready for a shift or a choice or a step toward healing or manifestation. So just remembering that Pisces brings dreams, the first quarter moon brings direction, and together they bring soul-guided motion. Now, that's for everybody. There are some signs that are more affected by this energy than others. So, of course, it's a Pisces moon, so they're the ones that are going to be the most effective. And this moon is going to sharpen their spiritual sight and bring messages through dreams, symbols, and emotions. For Gemini, the tension between intuition and logic is going to come into play. And so this moon is about trusting your feeling over being more analytical and logical. For Virgos, relationships, habits, and emotional patterns are going to become clearer. And balance and boundary setting are the areas where you're going to be the most moved. For Sagittarius, before you leap, this moon helps you to stabilize your emotional foundation and your inner home. And if you're Cancer like me, a harmonious wave of water energy amplifies your instincts, creativity, and self-care wisdom. And boy, am I living in that. I'm up all night creating these days. And if you're Scorpio, transformation is going to flow rather than erupt. So you might feel guided to release something softly or begin something new. So some ways, some things that you can do to prepare between now and November 28th. This is for everyone again. Record your dreams. Release emotional buildup. Allow yourself to cry, do breath work, meditate, or journal. Refresh your altar. Maybe add something that has to do with water, like seashells or blue candles or ocean imagery or moonstone. And now is a good time to start creative projects softly, just something easy, painting, writing, crafting, designing, whatever falls in your comfort zone. And for now, you cannot get enough water. Make sure that you hydrate often. And with intention infused water or herbal teas, if you're any kind of an energy practitioner, hold that glass or that bottle of water first and really feel the energy, infuse it with something that's positive for you. You want to clear physical spaces, open windows, refresh your linens, and sweep corners. And identify one intuitive action you know you need to take after this first quarter moon. And also set a soul level intention for how you want to feel, not just what you want to achieve. So let's move on to our meditation, which today is moving from stillness to sacred motion. So find a comfortable position where your body can soften and your spirit can rise. Let your shoulders relax and let your jaw loosen. And just ease your breath into a slow, steady rhythm. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and out. Let your whole being begin to melt into stillness. And you want to now invite Pisces energy by imagining a soft glow all around you. And that color might align with seafoam green or deep indigo or aqua. These are all colors of intuition, of water, and of dreams. Feel this light circling your body like a warm tide embracing you. And whisper to yourself, I am open to the wisdom rising toward me. I am open to the wisdom rising toward me. I am open to the wisdom rising toward me. And let this light guide you inward. I am open to the wisdom rising toward me. I am open to the wisdom rising toward me. Feel yourself traveling more and more inward. Now see the water around you becoming clear and still. And in the depths of these waters, imagine that you see a glowing pearl appearing in front of you. This pearl is a symbol of your inner truth. Allow it to rise in the water and move toward you. And as it reaches the surface, it reveals a message you're ready to receive. This may be a feeling, a memory, or a quiet knowing. You don't need to think about this message or analyze it. Just let it come without force and let intuition speak. Now imagine the first quarter moon rising above the horizon. You know that these early moons, this first quarter, appears to be half in light and half in shadow, balanced, determined, clear. Now imagine this first quarter moon gently moving toward you and feel its gentle momentum nudging you forward, not with pressure, but with purpose. And whisper inwardly, I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. I trust my next step. I follow the path that feels true. Let these words root themselves in your heart. Now see yourself standing before a beautiful doorway. This is the threshold of your next chapter. And in your hand is the truth revealed by the pearl. It's your message. Your message, your direction, your guide. And when you feel ready, step forward through the doorway. Feel the shift. Feel the alignment. And feel your future self greeting you with open arms. Let yourself breathe into this moment of sacred motion. Now allow your attention to return to the rhythm of your breath. And inhale softly and exhale fully. Feel your body grounding again. Feel the room around you. And feel yourself present and whole. Now let's close with a powerful affirmation. I move with intuition. I act with clarity. I flow with the moon. I move with intuition. I act with clarity. I flow with the moon. I move with intuition. I act with clarity. I flow with the moon. I move with intuition. I act with clarity. I flow with the moon. I move with intuition. I act with clarity. I flow with the moon. And when you're ready, open your eyes gently, making sure that you carry this energy with you as we approach the Pisces first quarter moon. I thank you all again for your patience. I thank you for sharing space with me at today's meditation and moonbeams, and I invite you to return next Wednesday, November 26th at 1 p.m. Pacific for another soul-nourishing gathering. This is brought to you by the UMA Health Integrated Care Program and guided by me, Rhonda Kuykendall-Jabari of Wellness Uprising. May your journey be illuminated with clarity, your heart overflow with compassion, and your spirit rest in steady ground. Until we meet again in stillness, find peace and be well.